Hey, it's Jessica Goose here at the Prairie Cereals Summit. Joining me right now is the General Manager of the Alberta Wheat and Barley Commissions, Tom Steve. Tom, how are you doing today?
I'm excellent, Jessica. Thanks for having me.
Of course, you're definitely a favorite here on RealAgriculture.com. And we're going to be talking about this conference as well as the annual general meeting that you guys had. So first off, what was all kind of talked about or anything new that's coming about for AWBC?
So in terms of the Alberta Barley Commission, we had our AGM and we said goodbye to one of our directors, Jason Lenz, who's long-term director with Alberta Barley. Fortunately, he's staying on with us with the Alberta Wheat Commission.
Okay.
So that's fantastic. The topic of the day, obviously, was we've integrated the management teams of Alberta Wheat and Alberta Barley, and now we're looking for some direction from the membership on amalgamating the boards, so combining the governance. And there was a very good discussion about that. Ultimately, the membership decided to give us direction to explore the idea of amalgamating the boards. So that would be a combined Alberta Wheat and Barley Commission.
Okay.
And so we already have that in terms of our management structure,
right,
but we don't have it in terms of the governance structure. So that's what we'll be looking at over the next year.
Nice. And so and how come for that kind of united voice? Is it just better in a sense for when you guys do go out and lobby, or what was the reasoning?
I think it's really just it's exploring the efficiencies of having one board of directors that looks after two cereal crops, which are vital to Alberta.
Totally.
But the way we do it now is we have one management team serving the two commissions, but we have separate board meetings, and sometimes they're back to back. And the boards are very like-minded in terms of the policy issues and communications. It's just a question of whether or not we need to go that extra step to amalgamate the governance, which is the board of directors.
And so when will we find out more about this? Is this
so now that we have direction from our membership group, and we already got that from Alberta Wheat Commission members last year, we're going to start to explore, so what are the fundamentals of, what would the board look like, for example, and what are the branding issues? We have a very strong brand with Alberta Barley, very closely associated with the craft brewing industry. So how do we maintain that? And those are all the things that management will be looking at over the next year.
Nice. Now, this obviously is taking place at the Prairie Cereals Summit, the second annual, which is when both the Barley and the Wheat Commissions came together. Everybody's working together, which is really good.
Right. Yeah.
And it's held here in Banff, Alberta. And what was one thing that so far has really stuck out for you as far as keynote speakers?
Well, I would be remiss if I didn't talk about sort of the coincidence of the Conservative leadership changing. And it was almost like, okay, we have Stockwell Day here, who was a former leader of a national Conservative party. So, we were it's an unfortunate circumstance from that perspective, but that was fantastic. And we had Danielle Smith here, who also was able to shed some light on the sort of the political side of it. From the perspective of the conference itself, it was just kind of chock full of all of the issues that we're dealing with in terms of, for example, we have a great debate about the future of glyphosate and what that means to farmers, and we had an excellent panel on that. We had a fantastic panel on grain transportation on that CN Rail has their National Producer Advisory Council.
Yeah.
Exactly. So those I think we
nailed it.
I think we got on to all of the issues that are on the top of mind for farmers and for the industry.
For sure. And like you said, very timely guests with the Honourable Stockwell Day,
yeah.
As well as Danielle Smith
we
give their insight.
Yeah, we kind of fluked it out on that one. But it was, we were all getting the texts on the change with Andrew Scheer, and then, of course, then we have a former national leader in our president.
So you were able to pick his brain a little bit
more.
more.
It was really good. Yeah.
Now, lastly here, as far as, research goes and really the forward step with both Alberta wheat and barley, you guys did have a poster competition out there for the evening reception, which is always great to see and to see what people are doing when it comes to the future of both commodities. What else in the future is there for AWBC when you look at 2020?
Well, one of the big topics, and Minister Dreeshen did reference it briefly last night, is a producer-led research strategy for the government of Alberta. And so we've made a submission on behalf of all the crop and livestock groups to the minister. It's a white paper that has been developed by my research director, actually, Lauren Common. And so we're going to be looking forward to that conversation with the government of Alberta in 2020 to develop what is the future vision of research in the government of Alberta. We had some challenges with the previous government, and we're looking forward to that conversation in 2020. So that's going to be a big thing. It's partly in terms of the dollar investment, but also in terms of what is the governance. So the government is committed to a producer-led research strategy. So we take that seriously. That means that we will have direct input into what the priorities are of the government.
And as you should, right? And I think that was one thing, unfortunately, with this year's past budget, we did see research dollars kind of taken back a little bit more. So I think that's obviously a good step for going forward. Thank you so much, Tom. I really appreciate your time as always.
Yeah, great. Thank you.